shaved. And God, it looks horrible. I should have just left the facial hair on. Oh well. Screw it. It was driving me nuts. So basically, I'm not gonna lie, this video, it is inspired a little bit from the salt and the bad experience that was Tears of the Kingdom. Now, that's not the whole point of the video. In fact, I'm actually doing this a second time because I didn't want the video to be about really bashing Zelda, more of advising future developers to not make the mistakes made here in Tears of the Kingdom. So, yeah. Alright. Honestly, forced grind is stupid. When you are artificially stopping players from continuing the main content in the dumbest of fucking ways, Tears of the Kingdom, it's annoying. Now here's the thing is, yes, there was a status check moment in Breath of the Wild, but the thing is there was only one, and it was for something you were already enhancing as you were playing the game anyways. So it really wasn't that huge of an issue. But, and here, despite the fact that I got so big, the facts are is that Tears of the Kingdom doesn't just do this once. If we ignore the tutorial, it literally does this 2 different times with 2 different stats. Now, I'm not going to tell you what moments. I'm not going to tell you nothing, only what the requirements were and how annoying those requirements were to meet. The reason why is just so you can kind of get an idea of how annoying this is. Now, I've done the maths, and I'm not good at maths. I'm really not good. Like, that was probably my tied for worst subject in high school. Okay? When it comes down to it, all in all, just to get up to the 10 health, because if I remember right, after the tutorial, you're starting the game basically off with 4 hearts. If I'm remembering right. I am trying to purge, so I do apologize if I make a small error. But basically, you start off with 4 hearts, and basically, before you can even joke about doing temples or anything like that, you have to have 7. 7 hearts you have to have, are your minimum. Now, there are reasons for that, and if you just trust me, you'll be thanking me later. But basically, from pretty much the early parts of the game, here's what you need to do. You have to grind until you not only have a minimum of 7 hearts. Yes, that is the bare minimum. You cannot go any lower than that. Unless you want to have to, say, screw following the main storyline. Now, on top of that, you need to have grinded enough to the point of having 2 full stamina bars. Now, here's the thing. No, you can't use the trick from Breath of the Wild where you applied temporary stuff in order to be able to push past this blockade. No, that don't work. No, really. In the act, now I didn't test this for the health one. The reason why is because I didn't really find any items around that time where I was like, oh, here's something that increases my max health. No, I didn't really have much of that stuff. Especially since my playstyle was very reckless, so I often burned items pretty fast. Now, granted, that's a me problem. That's a my playstyle problem, not a gameplay problem. I'm not gonna try and pin that on a game. No, I'm reckless. Anyone who's seen me play a game knows that I go in buck wild. Maybe not with explosions, but definitely with a lot of stupidity and recklessness. It's kind of a talent of mine. It's kind of innate. When it comes down to it, though, I did the math as best I could, and if my math holds out right, in order for you to have the minimum health requirement and the minimum stamina requirement, means you are, before you do any temples, before you do anything in the game, it entails you are grinding a total of 32 shrines before doing anything. That's annoying. And like I said, it's not yes, you can circumvent this if you're willing to just go to Ganon, despite the fact you have jack shat for health, weapons, stamina, so on and so on. I personally am not that type of player, so I will never pull that stunt personally. I'm too reckless anyways, so that even less works for me. But I think probably the biggest thing to try to remember is honestly this. When making your games, don't do what Tears of the Kingdom does, where it forces you to have to grind out 32 shrines minimum in order for you to progress the main storyline. That's just annoying. It sucks out the fun. It's just tedious. It's monotonous. It's dumb. It's stupid. Why you do this? I mean, I could go into how it even less helps that the shrines blend in with backgrounds because they're just rocks. There's no metal bits, no real glowing bits. It's just a rock. A rock amongst rocks, and you think it's going to be easy to find as I'm falling out of the sky, you stupid dumbass. Sorry, starting to eke into frustration and ranting. I apologize. I go back to topic. When it comes down to it, the very thing that you should try to always remember is that forced grind that's artificially roadblocking is never fun. It's annoying. It sucks. And it hurts your game. Bad. Now, with that being said, optional grind is completely fine. No one has a real issue with optional grind. Nobody. When you are given the choice to go and do some of this extra shiz that you didn't have to do, you are more predispositioned to be willing to do them because you didn't get forced into it. You didn't get forced into grinding out hundreds of shrines or whatever. No, it's just something you were allowed to do. When it's just there for if you want to do them. Those are good. Those are a good decision. Those are the things that you should be primarily focusing on when they're going to add grind stuff, alright? You should also make sure that those grinds, mind you, have some purpose to them, some kind of a benefit, some big award at the end. Okay, make sure it's rewarding. Alright? The thing is, honestly, if you're a first-time developer, that should not be what you're doing first, to be honest with you. When you're a first-time developer, what you should be doing is the keep it simple, stupid method, but you should be doing it on steroids, okay? You should be doing the keep it simpler and keep it stupider, stupid. You should be doing that on roids, okay? You should be doing the most extreme rendition of the keep it simple, stupid motto. Savvy? It's just something you should do. Just do it that way. You're going to benefit long term, and especially since you're going to be learning a lot. I haven't even designed a single scrap of code, and I've already learned a ton. Like that there is such a thing as too much lighting. I don't know why I was bored one day and I just decided, let's shove as many light fixtures into this as we possibly can. It works out about how you expect. But I learned. See? Even when you're just clowning around, you're going to be learning a lot as you go. So trying to do any big projects is honestly a very bad idea. And this is coming from someone whose entire plan was just jumping into the deep end, making his magnum opus, and calling it just doing it. That was a terrible idea, and I'm so glad I backpedaled hard. I've never been gladder. But that's the thing is, when you're developing, when you do get to that point, just remember, forced grind sucks. I don't think really anyone likes it. I don't think I'm the only one who finds that annoying. When you're just artificially stopped from doing the thing you were enjoying. So you can go do something that honestly you're not that into or don't find that fun. If you find the shrines fun, good for you. For me, they were annoying. That was before they decided to go and make me grind out 32 of these bastards. No, that did not help. Especially since by the time I found out I had a shatload of hearts, thinking there's only going to be a hearts check. No, I found out the other. I found out the opposite and regretted it hard. Look, I know this sounds ridiculous. It sounds obvious, but you gotta remember, as a company that has unquantifiable amounts of experience, knowledge, practice, and has been around for what? What? Two, three, four? How many decades now? It feels like a lot. It feels like we're probably approaching 50. I feel old. Okay? No. They've been around for a ton of time. And they made these critical mistakes of forced grind. So it might sound simple, but it happens. Please avoid it. And if there's someone out there who is making a game, I want to like your game by default. I can't do that if you do some stupid forced grind BS that ruins the fun of the game. I can't then. So please, please, remember these words. Remember the title of this video. Remember my fugly mug. And remember this. I want to love all games. I want to be dishing out 10s like candy. No, I don't even want to be dishing them out like candy. I want to be dishing them out like freaking oxygen. That's how much I want to be dishing out 10s. And I can't. So please. Please make it so I can. I'm begging here. All in all, just please remember that golden rule. Keep it simple, stupid when you're doing your development, but also force grind sucks. Please don't do. Please. All in all, what do I have to end this video? What's the summary for this video perfectly? Honestly, that force grind hurts games. It does, especially when the fun isn't in forcing myself to do massive amounts of this one thing that honestly I'm not that into to begin with. Honestly, the perfect summary is just that. Please avoid forced grind because it hurts your games. And I don't want to talk crap about nobody game. I want to be happy. I mean, I want to be freaking glowing. I want to be speaking so much positivity and love that I sound like a hippie. I don't sound like no hippie, which is sad. I hope y'all managed to laugh at me, laugh with me, crack some jokes about my mug or my shavenness, or the fact that I attempted to style it, and you'd never know. Maybe crack some jokes about how the housework is still ongoing and has not died. Or maybe the fact that I haven't fixed this room up yet, or I haven't gotten rid of. I'll get there. That desk yet. Still haven't gotten rid of that piece of crap. I hope y'all managed to just have a smirk, a giggle, maybe learn something even. Maybe you're a first time developer who was about to make some of these mistakes and can now save yourself from making those mistakes, maybe. Probably not. Maybe. I will see you all next week where I doubt there's going to be a review, but it's not impossible. But very doubtful. It's probably going to be an opinion video. I will see you all next week. See ya.